Audio Jungle.
Hello everyone, this is Alcamir, the analyst, and today I'll be talking NFL updates, man. I'll begin to the NFL updates. So, first talk about Jared Goff and Sean McVay. They're not getting along. That's the rumor that's going around. Second, I'll be talking to Desean Watson, him possibly being traded to the Panthers, which would be best suited for him, I believe. And also Drew Brees retiring, man. You gotta get into that. Gotta get into the GOAT. This is Alcabir, the analyst. Like I said, first let me start off with Jared Goff. Jared Goff. The question with the Rams will always be Jared Goff. The same question I had with the Browns, which is Baker Mayfield stepping up to the plate, can't lie. It's the same question I had with Jared Goff. Will he ever be good enough to win the Super Bowl? Will he ever be elite enough to win it with that great coaching staff, with the great offense he have around him? He got a stud running back. He got some stud receivers. You have a top-notch defense, but when that defense fall back a bit, do you have enough where you can keep up with like an Aaron Rodgers in points? Can you keep up whoever the Saints have as quarterback? Can you keep up with that high power offense? Can you go point for point with those teams? And it's like he just made too many mistakes in the clutch, man. That's my problem with him. He just made way too many mistakes in the clutch. And the question is he good enough? Is he good enough? And Sean McVay is starting to see the same thing. Even if you think about it, Sean McVay was willing to bench Jared Goff for the other backup quarterback. Like, look, I'd rather him than you, even though we all know Jared Goff broke his thumb. But it's like, think about it. If that was Tom Brady that broke his thumb, he's playing. If he has enough in him to play, if he's 80%, Tom Brady's playing. So, and I feel as though the Rams don't look at Jared Goff that way. I think Sean McVay wanted him on the bench, and he was highly pissed that the other quarterback got hurt. I think he was, man. And I'm not letting this one go under the radar because a lot of people like to talk about what's going on with Desean Watson, what's going on with Carson Wentz, but this one is not going under the radar. Something is going on in Los Angeles, and it's not pretty. It's not pretty, man. And that's going to be a story to watch. That's going to be a story to watch because same thing that happened with the Eagles is going to end up happening with the Rams. Who do you go with? Do you go with Sean McVay, your young head coach, who got you to the playoffs multiple times? He did miss one, but he always been in that float 9-7, 10-6. You already know he went to the Super Bowl, caught a L, but he always did enough to get the Rams into the playoffs. He always had a positive record. Or do you go with your young quarterback who you just paid? Basically who you just paid. And Jared Goff numbers was not pretty. He went for 3,952 yards, which is not bad, but 20 touchdowns and 13 picks. That's not good enough. That's definitely not good enough. And that's supposed to be your quarterback for the future. I don't know. That's supposed to be their quarterback for the future. If I was them, man, I'm going Sean McVay and get another quarterback, man. If it comes down to that, hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully it doesn't end in a divorce, basically, and it don't come down to that. Now let's get into Desean Watson. So Desean Watson update. I know y'all like these Desean Watson updates. So Desean Watson, basically almost every team that need a quarterback wants him. And Panthers saying don't count them out, even though they just signed Teddy Bridgewater. But Teddy Bridgewater, he stayed getting nicked up. And the question is Teddy Bridgewater good enough? And but for what I seen last year, I say no. I say he's not good enough. Unfortunately, he did get his second opportunity. Same thing, I believe, with Cam Newton. It's just those guys. They had a moment, and I believe slowly but surely the moment's coming to an end, man. The moment's coming to an end for those guys. Those guys are true backup quarterbacks. I believe Cam Newton, he really can't go nowhere else and start. Maybe to Washington, reunite with Ron Rivera, but I don't know. And I don't see Teddy Bridgewater probably getting another shot. It's the Knicks and Nats and being out for a game and you can't play a full game. And you'd rather have an established Desean Watson. You get him DJ Moore and those guys, and let's see what he can do with them. If they still had Joe Brady there, it looked like he might be a head coach somewhere. But see, if they still have him there and the offensive schemes he run and Deshaun Watson in those offensive schemes, he might take it to another level. We already know he was first in yards. So, Panthers saying don't count them out. And lastly, let me get into the GOAT, man. Let me get into the GOAT, Drew Brees. Basically first and second in everything. First in passing yards, first in completions. I believe second in touchdowns. So, Drew Brees, man, he had a great career, man. He had a great career. It's sad to see him go out that way. That was one of the ugliest games I ever seen him play. Tom Brady wasn't the best as well, but Drew Brees wasn't supposed to go out like that at his home. I know for recent history, we basically know the New Orleans Saints as the team that almost made it. You got to think they had a chance against the Rams, but the no call and the pass interference, yes, that had a big impact on the game, but that wasn't the reason why they lost that game. They just wasn't good enough. Against the Vikings, they had another shot, just wasn't good enough, man. And I believe that was twice. So, Stephon Diggs basically with the Hail Mary catch back in 2016, I believe. Then you got Kyle Rudolph, who they believe that was an offensive pass interference, and they lost to the Vikings again. And it's always that with the Saints. From recent history, yes, the Saints got a ring, but recent history for the past couple years, they've been everybody's sleeper team. They had these great regular seasons, and playoffs they fumble, man. And that was just the same thing I seen Sunday. You beat your rivals 2 times in a row. Tom Brady wasn't having the best game, and they needed Taysom Hill. I believe should have got more snaps. Jameis Winston should have got more snaps, but that didn't happen. But all in all, man, my guy Drew Brees is a GOAT. He's a GOAT, man. Drew Brees is definitely a GOAT. Let me just get into Drew Brees just in general. Just San Diego Chargers, that was their name before. They got Phillip Rivers. They counted Drew Brees out due to his shoulder injury. So he goes to New Orleans, a team that was a laughing stock. You pair up with a Sean Payton. You did your thing, man. When the league counted you out, you did your thing. And if you compare Phillip Rivers to Drew Brees, there's basically no comparison. Phillip Rivers really never went nowhere. This year he did go to the playoffs, get knocked out the first round. Drew Brees got a Super Bowl title. You already know, first in every category. So San Diego Chargers, all in all, made a huge mistake, and I believe they know that. So that just speaks to Drew Brees' greatness. Please don't let this last game affect his greatness or how you think of him. I just think he was just at the tail end of his career, and it was over. He was done. He was done, man. And I think he got a contract with like CBS or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. So one of those networks he got a contract with, so he'll be fine after he retired. But it's gonna be strange, man, to see another quarterback throw the ball for the Saints, which I believe is gonna be Jameis Winston. So yeah, man, That's a wrap up for Drew Brees. Great career. Once again, great career. Great career, man. But what do you think and how do you feel, man? How do you feel about these NFL updates, man? How do you feel about Jared Goff and Sean McVay? That's going hopefully don't end badly, but if they don't do nothing at least next year, that might end badly for one or the other. Also, how do you feel about Desean Watson? He's out of Houston. I know that. He would not be a Texan. And Drew Brees, it's no comparison. He is the GOAT. He is the GOAT, man. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer. And yeah, that's how I feel about Drew Brees. But this is Al Kabir, the analyst. Ghost.